great transition.
Speaking of Hell in the Cell.
Speaking of No Chance in Hell, Vince McMahon's theme song. And speaking of corporate greed, because, that's Vince McMahon and Hell in a Cell. I'm going to try to, thread I don't want to take the tape off the mustache. There we go. It's kind of, we'll go from there. So, so speaking of corporate greed and unfinished games and No Chance in Hell, there is somebody's literal personal hell right now is trying to just complete a match of WWE 2K20 without the fucking wrestlers clipping through the stage, outright bugging out like crazy, or just in general looking like any semblance of a competent AAA first-party game that makes use of one of the most valuable licenses on the planet, which is World Wrestling Entertainment. So 2K20 or WWE 2K is they've been around since I want to say 2012, 2K12 maybe-ish. That's when they started to do the regular serial or annual 2K WWE series. Mm-hmm. It's been around for a few years now. The last couple years have not been, I don't think they've all been great. I want to say last year there was a couple of big issues. The year before that it was all right. But it's had some problems for a little while. And this week, hashtag fix WWE 2K20 was trending on Twitter, and Sony even, I think it was today, Sony was offering refunds for 2K20 for people who are issuing complaints. So I was looking at Eurogamer, and Eurogamer had literally somebody had tweeted it took me about 10 seconds to get my refund for 2K20, so chances are you should just probably do the same. So yeah, I mean, we can just kind of circle the wagons again, but 2K issued your typical cut and paste statement, which I'm sure that I could probably recite with my eyes closed. But we're listening closely to the feedback that's been shared regarding WWE 2K20, and we're aware of the concerns some players are reporting. We're working hard to investigate these concerns and address them as necessary. We expect to have an initial patch ready in the next 2 weeks with others to follow. Stay tuned for blah, 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 more information. So stop me if you've heard that before. But yeah, so corporate greed. Am I right, guys?
I'm pretty sure we talked about this with the last NBA 2K game that came up.
We did.
Right?
Fix 2K20 was already trending this year for NBA.
Yeah, now 2K isn't even going to do their whole NBA. I don't know if it's the same thing, but there's some sort of online league that they're not even going to release this year on 2K. But on WWE 2K, that game is a pile of shit. My lord, you want to talk about just get it out? That is the epitome of it, because that's not a game where some things are just aren't working like they should. These are big time fucking things. You're telling me someone rolls out of the ring and it looks like they're getting electrocuted by the ropes? That's something you see in testing.
Chris, can I ask you something?
What?
How many times have you been told just get it out?
Just get it out. More than I'd like to admit. But I've seen plenty of clips of that game, and I think I could develop a better game. That is wild, and not for nothing. The graphics on this WWE compared to I don't even know, SmackDown versus Raw in 2007.
Great game.
The graphics are the same. They might even be worse this year. The graphics look like PS2 graphics. Well, they're terrible.
As the CEO of 2K Games, Chris, for Halloween, this is what I'm going as. I can assure you that we hear your feedback, and we'll be actioning on it in a patch that'll be issued in the next 2 weeks. The patch is going to be 82 gigabytes.
And it's going to cost you $12.
You have to
you get a free red dot sight on Triple H on Triple H's Sledgehammer.
A free pair of red shorts on your created wrestler. But I mean, I die laughing at some of these clips that I'm seeing on Twitter because it just looks fake. It looks like it's all it just doesn't look like it's real. What can happen? You're gonna pile drive someone through a ladder and you just disappear into the ladder.
Yeah,
it's just little things, dude. There's games that are fucking so low budget that are just doing all of what you're trying to do just better than you are. Good.
No, go ahead, please.
Oh no, I was just wrapping it up. Really, it's a valuable fucking license. The drop of the ball on this. I mean, I'm no diehard wrestling fan anymore, but I used to be. I used to love wrestling. Don't get me wrong. But if I was, and if I was playing this game, I would literally fucking shit in my palm, whatever that means. But I would just be so upset So fucking upset.
Lorenzo, it's still real to me. God damn it. Yeah, I mean, all in all, you're absolutely right. I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. But the fucking dude, the saddest thing is that we could cut out, if you just blanked out the name of the game that you were talking about, we could probably copy and paste this over like 9 different episodes of the podcast that we've done in the last 6 to 8 months. But I am here to reassure you.
Oh God, please don't say it.
That we are working on a fix. We hear your concerns.
Thank you, 2K. Thank you, 2K CEO. We appreciate it. We hear
problem.
Guess what? We hear you too. Thank you so much.
No problem.
You know what people have been complaining about outside of just the horrendous glitches that occur every single match?
What?
Like Chris was saying, the downgrade in graphics. They were saying that the WWE 2K game that came out 3 years ago had better visuals than this.
Oh my God.
people were claiming that this was like a last gen visual nightmare on top of all the fucking glitches. I was watching I might have been Jim Sterling I was watching when he was discussing it, and you just see wrestlers teleporting across the fucking screen.
Dude, that's a new ability, bro.
Okay, well, this is a wrestling game, and everybody knows wrestling is real, and
there's no teleporting in
real life.
Still real to me, goddammit!
Dude, yeah, but how disappointing is it if you are like a real diehard wrestler, like wrestling fan?
Dude, I used to love wrestling games. They're still, not now.
Dude, the N64 every N64 wrestling game that came out 23 years ago is better than what released last week.
Dude, what was your favorite wrestling game ever growing up? That was actually the second part of this topic.
What was it, SmackDown versus Raw on the N64?
They had Raw on the N64. They had like WWF Raw and then Raw 2. SmackDown versus Raw was on PS2.
Oh, okay, that was the one then.
Yeah, that was the one I was referring to. I liked SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. That was one of my...
Was that the one with Brock Lesnar on the cover?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, did he look like a fucking psychopath?
Dude, those games were so sick. I remember when I first got internet, I was like, my house first got internet, I was literally, the whole idea of typing in a website was so foreign to me. I had no idea. I was trying every wrestler doc. I think that's the first time I saw porn too, but I forget what I typed in, but I was like, yeah, type in like steveaustin.com, type in thehottieBoys.com, and then I typed in like therock.com, and I think it was just dicks on the screen. And I think that was the first time I saw porn. But I used to love that shit, and like, I don't know if this is it, but kind of like in the back of my mind, this is what I think of. When we grew up watching wrestling, it was PG-13. As time went by, years went by, they appealed more to the PG audience, and literally there was no swearing, there was no bra and panties matches anymore. It was really for the kids. And now they're like ramping up again to try to make it like the Attitude Era type time, and they're trying to make it for the older demographic. But when you put out an incomplete game like this, that's literally a dumpster fire, it makes me think of like, all right, like fuck it, these parents are just gonna buy games for the little kids anyway. Just get it out. Let's just start making money.
Yeah. I was a big fan. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but and I've told this very sad story over and over, but as the kid in high school or like late middle school, like early high school, who had a GameCube instead of a PS2, I missed out on SmackDown versus Raw until I could go over to my buddy's house later in the afternoon and go play it. But what we did have on the GameCube first was WWF Day of Reckoning, which was fucking sick, and it was easily the best storyline I've ever played in a wrestling game. It was unbelievable, and if people are playing it right now, actually, it might have even been WWE at that point, and WWF. It was just... Yeah, I mean, I always like default to calling it that, but it hasn't been that for like the majority of our lives. Yeah, WWE Day.
The majority of Chris and I's lives.
Oh my god. Anyway, it was fucking amazing, and just a fantastic technical on a technical level, and just unreal like on a story level. And if you used to play it, salute to you. But yeah, so it doesn't have to be this way. 2K, it doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to be this way. Just give us a game that's finished, please. Just give us a game that fucking works when you open up the box and
You know, Dominic, we appreciate the email. We hear what you're saying, and I promise you we are working on a solution.
No, you can't make promises because then it's expected after that. You have to say, we're working on a solution.
We are working on a patch sometime in the near future, and it might be
Within
6
the
days,
next 12 months,
6 years, 6 months. We will work on a fix.
For only $9.99, and you get a free month of WWE Network.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. That's actually tinfoil hat real quick. Let me just grab the tinfoil hat. The WWE Network thing is gonna get rolled into like a solution. Is gonna get rolled into like a mea culpa. You're gonna get a month free of WWE Network. Tinfoil
fucking brilliant.
But you still have to put in your credit card information, and it automatically resubscribes every single month.
Yeah.
Triples every month if you subscribe.
My God. But yeah, bring that back. Give the license back to THQ. Are they still in business? Probably not, right?
No, I don't think so. No.
Well, I tried, guys. I just we try to be the idea guys. Sometimes they pan out. Most of the times they do. Sometimes they don't. But yeah, so get your shit together. Get all your shit. Get it all together, and give us some fucking finished games. That would be.
Get your shit together. Get all your shit. Put it together.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Just get it the fuck together, because I have just had about enough of even having topics related to this on Spotify's number one gaming podcast, the number one gaming podcast on the internet. Really, when you think about it, we have other shit to talk about.